I think everyone is maybe a lot of people are interested to know why didn't we launch EVM like yesterday? So there's a reason, there's a plus at the end, right? So let me explain. So for most of the EVM chains out there already, they're basically old wine in a new bottle, right? So it's exactly the same tech stack, the EVM sandbox, and it's not trying to grow the pie. It's just like repeat the success of others, and then also continue to kind of like having this hype bubble everywhere. I think it's good because crypto space is very experimental, and it's also very fun to go to different places to farm. To be honest, however, with what I laid out is the ultimate goal is to actually grow the pie. Right? If you're keeping the old wine in a new bottle, you're not growing the wine. You're not making new wines. So what we are trying to do is make new wines while it fits into the same bottle, right? And if you're using exactly the same tech, you're also missing out what the new tech actually brings you, and you're kind of missing out the growing pie part of the story. So, for example, within the Polkadot ecosystem, if you're using the standard or the old EVM technology, then the cross Polkadot parachain liquidity and also all the Polkadot substrate features would not be accessible by normal MetaMask users. So then you kind of lose the point of using Polkadot at all, right? You're probably better off using any other sort of EVM technology out there. And then the second thing is, if you continue to live in the EVM sandbox without the ability to use the new features, then you're missing out a lot. So for example, substrate node is much more lightweight and inexpensive to run. But if you just use the old EVM tech, it becomes expensive. You can't actually scale. And then also substrate have ability to forkless upgrade, and there's a lot more functionality that you can add on to it, like what we did at Acala. If you're living in an old tech, basically all of those innovation you've done, no one can access, right? If there's new builders, new protocol providers comes along, they won't be able to use it. And that's also why I think some of the fintech folks and also the more, institution folks comes along, they have certain requirement. They go everywhere. It's exactly the same tech. No one can innovate out of the box. And then those who can will have more opportunity to actually, integrate and expand their user base beyond crypto, I guess. So maybe going just a little bit specific, some of the stuff that we already have as a feature list, right? So you can pay gas fees in any token on our EVM, stable coins, whatever you like within using MetaMask. And then you can also support customizable fee schedule. So you can have zero fee transactions. So you might deploy a contract and you just serve your customers, and then the customers don't need to pay fees. And then you could either pay fees on behalf or have a subscription model to it. And this is not possible, basically, on a normal EVM chain and doing subscription and things like that. And of course, we're able to support both ERC20 and also basically any Ethereum compatible token standard, as well as the substrate native token seamlessly. There's no new token standard or whatever. Everything is ERC20. You don't need to move coins in and out. It's basically one platform, seamlessly transferable. And the fourth thing is more extensible list of DeFi features that we provided for folks who come and build. So we have the ability for people to build on-chain keepers. This is like one of the elephants that people don't want to mention, but it's like there on Ethereum, is there's a lot of servers being run privately or by the group, and then kind of managing billion-dollar transactions off-chain, right? So you can do all of this on-chain on Acala. And this is, I guess, one of the things that people overlook. But if you want to get to the certain level, those are the things you must have as the baseline for you to integrate with a much bigger audience. And then and other things, I won't go into too much detail, like Oracle's feeds are prioritized on the EVM as well. So all protocol developers can enjoy that. And the most important thing is the upgrade ability. So with the ability to upgrade, any new changes, like if there's new feature for, say, compliance, and those are made available immediately onto the EVM for the EVM developers, right? So imagine you can actually change the engine without affecting its security, without affecting all of its economics, also not affecting UX because there's no forks, right? And then the developers continue to enjoy those benefits, and so as the flow-on effect for the users at the end. And also, needless to say, making the EVM Plus compatible with all the MetaMask and also all the Ethereum tooling and support both ecosystems. So you basically, if you're existing Polkadot user, you could use that for contracts deploy on EVM, and if you and vice versa, right? So basically, people can go whichever they choose to do will be fine. So yeah.
So this slide is basically just a visual representation of what Betty just walked through. I'll just highlight a couple things. So this is on the left, a standard layer 1 blockchain with an EVM environment built on top. This red outline is here to show you that this is essentially, you're kind of locked in the confines of this old EVM environment. The reason why we've been spending months to build our EVM Plus is because we've actually built a layer here between the EVM and between Substrate. It's essentially an adapter. If you're technical, we're using precompiled smart contracts to allow the EVM to interact with Substrate. So the reason why we're calling this the EVM Plus is because we're combining the Ethereum virtual machine with Substrate. So Gavin Wood's first invention at Ethereum with the new framework that he built to build much more customizable blockchains on Polkadot, which is Substrate. And then this is a look into our blockchain. So as you can see over here on the left, typically like stable coins, decentralized exchanges, staking applications are built on top of the EVM. What we've actually done is we've built these products into our blockchain itself. So this is a layer 1 chain, just like over here. But in the chain, you have a stable coin, you have a DEX, you have a staking product, and then some of these things that Betty was just talking about, these features to allow gas fee customization and things like that. It's important to know that these are all built into the chain because this allows anything building on top of the blockchain to be able to interact with everything built at the chain level below. So I added this here just to highlight too. One of the cool things is that when teams are coming and building on the EVM, we're already getting feedback from people that are building applications on the EVM Plus and giving us almost like a wish list. Like I wish the blockchain could do this. I wish my application could do this. And because of the flexibility and because of the ability to upgrade the blockchain without forking it, we can continue adding new functionality into the chain and just simply upgrading it. So anyone building on the Acala EVM Plus knows that they're going to be building on a blockchain that will not get old because it'll constantly be improving over time.